Hello everyone, hope we're doing very well. I'm here in Milan on the canal. Nice little view. This is where a lot of Chelsea fans were over the past couple of days. So I just thought I'd do a little sort of fan cam post match reaction. I know it's a day late, but better now than never. What an unreal experience going to the San Siro. I have to say, it's probably the best away atmosphere I've seen. People are saying Ajax, Barcelona. I think Milan tops them all, to be honest with you. I think those ultras, they just kept going. 1-0 down, 2-0 down. Everything about the atmosphere they brought, it was 10 out of 10. They're definitely the best home fans I've seen. Because unlike in England, they just don't stop. They do not stop. So credit to them. Absolutely unbelievable atmosphere, and obviously for match-going fans such as myself and everyone else that came down from England or wherever else. It's going to be a long time before we see an atmosphere like that, because that was fantastic. Now, in terms of the game, it was a nightmare. Getting into the stadium, I mean, they just don't make it easy around here. They do not make it easy. You just want to walk in, get into your seat, but what they do is they basically make you do a lap around the stadium, and then you have about 2 or 3 stops, like police stops, where they search you and check your passport, check your ticket, and then they sort of split everyone up. So it really slows things down, especially if you're running late. So there's definitely a number of people that would have been late for kickoff. We literally got there just in time for the anthem, so thank God I didn't miss that. But I think, to be honest with you, the boys, they handled the pressure well. It is sad because we had a horrible referee. I mean, the referee was shocking, absolutely shocking. From an AC Milan and a Chelsea perspective, every decision I just felt, I don't know, he was too quick to get out the red card, too quick to get out yellow cards, and I just didn't feel like the referee let the game flow. Let me know in the comments if you agree with that, but I think it was one of the worst refereeing performances I've seen in a long time. It was Anthony Taylor-esque, and that's saying something. In terms of the players, though, I mean, Kepa, he didn't really have much to deal with. Obviously, Tomori getting sent off so early, giving that penalty away. We had a chance to capitalise straight away with Jorginho, and we did. There was a long break. A lot of jeers, a lot of boos, whistles, but he kept cool. He finished, put it in the back of the net, and we were always going to be in control when we had an extra man. In terms of the midfield, for me, Jorginho was the man of the match, and I think the fact that he scored that penalty cements that. He's been getting a lot of criticism, but on his day, Jorginho's fantastic, and I think in this kind of environment where you've got fans, very hostile home atmosphere, an away game for us. He does slow the tempo down a little bit, but that actually helps in these kind of games. So really well done to Jorginho. For me, he was the man of the match. I also think Kovacic did a good job in the midfield, controlling the tempo. Mason Mount as well, another assist for him, if I'm not wrong. Aubameyang getting another goal. Sterling played well. So there's not really a player you can look on the pitch and you can say he played badly. You can't really say that, because the whole team performed very well. Every player did their part. It was a shame to see Reece James coming off injured. Hopefully that's not too serious, but it happened last year as well, and you can't blame Potter. I mean, he rested him in the last game against Wolves so that he would be fresh for the Milan game. But these things happen in football, and Azpilicueta, when called upon, he's done very well. I thought he was exceptional against Wolves, came on again yesterday, played well, but we don't want to have to rely on Azpilicueta, to do what Reece James does, because Reece James, you cannot compete against that man. He's the best right back in world football, and that's quite challenging for Dave. So good luck to him if he has to, but hopefully Reece James gets better sooner rather than later. What else? Ruben Loftus-Cheek came on, made a good difference. Gallagher as well. Nice to see these players getting experience in one of the biggest stages in world football. You know, this is only going to help them grow as players. One of the things we've been lucky to have is transfer bans in the past, where players like Reece James, Mason Mount, just to name a few, have been given the opportunity to grow. They've been given the opportunity to have game time and develop. It's very difficult for Gallagher. It's very difficult for Broha, because they're already in a team with top players. We're signing players left, right, centre. If something doesn't work, we can sign a player. So it's up to them to perform and get kicking straight away. Otherwise, you know, knowing Todd Bowley, he's going to spend all the money and he's going to sign a replacement. But I think this is where Potter comes in, and I have to say, big well done to Potter, because I'm giving all the players praise, but the way he set up clearly made it easier for them. You know, he's a manager that I rate highly. I didn't think we'd get off to the start that we have, just because I thought, you know, you look at his record, he doesn't always start with a bang, but it always comes good when you give the manager time. But if we keep going in this fashion, then, you know, we're going to be a very, very difficult team to beat. You know, with a manager who is very level-headed. He's got a good connection with the players already, by the looks of it. Went over, made the players come out of the tunnel to go and clap the fans after the game, which I think is a bit weird for the players who went in the tunnel. I'm not sure why they walked off. I mean, we've come all the way to Milan. I'm standing in the canal. Just at least go and clap the fans. I don't know, that was a bit strange to me, but really well, you know, appreciate Potter coming over and showing his appreciation. You know, it doesn't go unnoticed by the fans. But yeah, all in all, it was a great away day. A really important result. We needed those 3 points, and we move on to Aston Villa in the next game, looking to sort of build a bit of leeway in that race for top 4. Try and get a bit more momentum. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think in the comments, and up the Chelsea.